Hey guys, Super JD here, and today we're going to cover my list I put together for the order of difficulty for all the bosses in Demon's Souls Remake for the PlayStation 5. I'm going to rank them from easiest to hardest. There are 18 bosses to fight across all the worlds in the game. I've personally played through the game about 3 times now on my own, and I've helped dozens of other players through their own respective playthroughs. So with all that being said, let's get right into the list. Starting out with number 18 on our list is King Allant. This grotesque nightmare slug unfortunately finds himself being at the very bottom in terms of difficulty, despite being the final boss in the game. He offers little to no threat, just strafe around him and avoid his lunges, and boom, he's finished. Next with number 17 is Maiden Astraea. She seems intimidating at first once she summons her lackey to come do away with you, but if you scurry on over to the wooden platform to the right, he won't even come after you. You can just pick her off with a few dozen arrows, and that's that. Coincidentally, this is the easiest way to earn a trophy in the remake for not killing Garl Finland when taking her down. Next on the list is number 16, the Phalanx. This boss is incredibly weak to fire damage, whether it's from fire bombs, magic, or pine resin. Slap some on your sword or lob a few bombs into the horde and it'll be over in a pinch. At number 15, we have the Leechmonger, yet another boss that's weakness is fire, or in this case, arrows from afar. He can't seem to hit you from this range, and if you're leveled up enough, which you probably will be by the time you take on this awful level, you can easily take him down at a distance and not even worry about scaling down his path to get to him. Number 14 is the Adjudicator. This guy is another one that can be taken down from a distance, or if you just hack away the blade that's plunged into his side, he'll topple over and can be easily beaten down, similar to the Tower Knight we'll get to later. At number 13, we have the Storm King. This may be one of the coolest boss fights in the game for me, but it's still relatively trivial. There's a great sword stuck in the ground at the edge of the arena that can be wielded and used to knock these sky beasts surrounding you down to the ground. After you take down enough of the storm beasts, they'll eventually swoop down and start firing a bunch of projectiles at you. Just take cover and unleash the sword on him until he's dead. At number 12 is a dirty Colossus. Other than his shots of flies that he can hit you with that'll drain your health over time, his boss is very telegraphed in his moveset and can be easily taken down with just some mild strafing and some rolling. At number 11 is the Dragon God. Despite simply being a puzzle fight, this boss can be tricky if you don't know what you're doing. His eyes are the giveaway if he's seen you or not. If you see yellow, you're safe. If you see red, you better hide quick or he's going to one-shot punch you. You need to get to both sides of the arena and fire ballistas at him, and after that he'll take his defeat on the chin. No pun intended. Rounding out number 10, we have the Old Monk. With this ranking, it's sort of difficult to place this boss, seeing as it could be a human player at varying levels of difficulty if you're playing online. You could either end up dealing with a player that does something like this. Thanks, Tentacle Goddess. Or you could be just fine and dandy and play offline and deal with a pretty easy fight against an NPC. Up to you. Coming in at number 9 is the Fool's Idol. Do yourself a favor and be sure before entering the arena to scale up to the tower on the right after you turn off the arrow statue over the bridge. Take care of the enemy that can infinitely respawn her. Other than that, it's really easy to know which enemy to hit as the clones spawn across the map. Click in R3 and look for a health bar. If you see one, that's not her. Go for the one without a health bar above her head. Either hide and shoot arrows, or bob and weave and avoid the green electricity traps she has all over the arena and smack her down. At number 8 is the Tower Knight. This boss really hits hard and can be quite foreboding for new players that go straight to him after dealing with a significantly easier fight against the Phalanx. The goal is to stagger him by releasing these blue tentacle things from both of his boots and continue to hack away whichever leg until he falls down. Then, make your way up to his head and start pummeling away. Rinse and repeat until you're done. At number 7 is a bit of a personal bias for me, but I found this fight to be more difficult than it probably should have been. Old Hero. One simple tip, get the Thief Ring. It will make the fight simple and trivial. Just run up behind him and hack away, wait for his scream, run away and hide, and then go back in. If you don't have the Thief Ring, you'll get to see what happens here. Number 6 is the Armor Spider. This boss is particularly tough because of his webs, extremely powerful and fast-moving fireball attacks he shoots at you, and his wide area attacks that he does with his arms. Get in close and watch for his overhead slam and go in for a few hits. After some damage has been done, he'll spew toxic, flammable liquid all over the ground, and then he'll follow you all the way back to the beginning of the arena, so you're going to want to run straight back to the start, wait for it to dissipate, and do it all over again until he's dead. Now coming into the top 5 of the hardest bosses in the game, at number 5 is the Vanguard Demon from the tutorial section, not the one found in 4-1. This one is high on the list because he's the first boss that you come across in the game, and you have had no chance to level up at this point. Find better gear other than your starting choice, hopefully it was the right one, and very limited amount of health items of whatever you find in just the tutorial section as you're coming up to him. Also, no retries. If you die, that's it, no rematch. But if you do manage to kill him, you get to see a pretty cool area in the game that you cannot access from any other point in the game. I put up a video about it here if you want to watch it and see what it looks like. At number 4 is everyone's favorite, the Penetrator. His attacks are fast and a bit unpredictable, plus he has that really devastating pierce attack that can either one-shot you or get you down to next to nothing in health. Keep him at a distance and always roll towards him whenever he attacks. It'll be a lengthy fight because he has quite the amount of health. Number 3 is probably one of the coolest looking bosses across the Souls genre games, the Flamelurker. He's incredibly intimidating and fast moving and really packs a punch with every hit. Unless you're running a magic build or have a Crescent Falcon ready to go, it's going to be a tough battle. Watch for his hops, and watch out for the scattered lava pools that are dotted around the arena. If you get overwhelmed, you can buy some free time by hiding behind the pillars to heal up. Good luck. Number 2 is Old King Allant. Definitely the most climactic battle in the game. He has several one-hit abilities, including one that can actually de-level your character by 1 stat point on your highest stat. Whenever you see his hand turn blue with flames, run as fast as you can. That's the de-leveling grab. Keep your distance and be sure to interrupt his charge attack when he holds his sword by both hands facing down towards the ground. And finally, the number 1 hardest boss in the game, the Maneaters. This boss is by far the most unpredictable, hard-hitting, annoyingly difficult boss in the game, and there's 2 of them yet to fight. My only advice to you is to do your best not to be hit by their lunge attacks when they get down on all fours. This is most likely going to knock you off the map. You're going to start all over. Keep moving and do your best to take one down as quick as possible once the other spawns, because taking on 2 of these guys at one time is almost a guaranteed game over. That does it for my list. Hopefully this is of some help to you guys. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me. I'll respond to you as quickly as I can down in the comments. Also, I'm more than happy to help any and everyone with any bosses, regardless if you're on your first playthrough, or your 7th, or 10th, or whatever it may be. Just add me on PSN, JD-. I'll be there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, let me know which boss was the easiest for you, and which one was the most difficult for you. Was it the same as my picks, or was it different? And if you guys like this video, I'd be open to doing some rankings for other Souls games too. Just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.